Hello, everybody. This is D. Durrell with the Menosphere. It has been a few days since I have created a video. Been very busy with a lot of different things going on. Been thinking of a lot of different ideas and so forth, but I'm going to put out a few videos today, possibly go live on Sunday. So today, as I have been watching the evolution of Fresh and Fit, we're going to talk about the latest issues that have been going on with them in regards to his interaction with Asian Doll, the disrespect that he gave the sister. I will talk about a lot of the dynamics of people like Fresh and Fit, Mr. Myron, and so on, and his little partner, cohort. Now, as a person who's been in the manosphere for several years, over 5 years, Fresh and Fit basically is a red pill misogynistic show, a group with red pill take, red pill ideology, red pill behavior, under the disguise of being more of an integrated kind of a, not necessarily a black show, but a show that in some way caters to a mixed demographic. Fresh and Fit, their content is not exclusively black, but in turn, it, in many instances, reflects a lot of the red pill community, particularly with focusing on dysfunctional women, particularly those that are attractive, focusing a lot on younger women who have not yet fully matured or have, I would say, less than rational thought processing, focusing on all the negativity of things as it relates to women on social media in the community. They have a rather negative mindset of black women in particular. And when it comes to other different races and so forth, they seem to not carry that same mindset. Now, I was looking at a few posts that Fresh and Fit, and I guess a friend of theirs, they were on a boat. And I saw them on a boat with about maybe 10, 12 women, everything but a black woman. And I'm going to be honest with you. For all the money y'all claim y'all are making, I was not impressed. I was not impressed. I'm going to say that I definitely was not impressed. I'm sitting here like, for all the money and the notoriety that you all are getting, good or bad or indifferent, this is the best that you can do? Some of those women look like they just came out the trailer park. Some of them look like they were starving. Some of them look like they were unkept. Some of them just look like they were just basically happy to be in the goddamn picture. I'm just going to be honest with you. But Fresh and Fit pride themselves, just like many black men, no matter of other nationalities and so on, because there are a lot of non-ADOS, FBA men that are outside of America who pride themselves on dating mediocre women of other races and other communities, and they put them above beautiful black women. The backlash that they're getting is something that they deserve. They deserve every bit of what they're getting. They were calling black women, whores and this and that, and they, all kinds of little negative names. The one that particularly is the night riders. I don't even get what that means as far as calling them night riders. I guess they mean that they're, jumping and hopping from one man to another at night or prostituting and things of that sort. But you see, Mr. Myron, you see, I have problems with Negroes like you and your little partner. See, both of you Negroes look as you were not basically sought after. You're not select. You're not high value. And even with the popularity of your show, good or bad, you're still not select. And I just saw that just looking at the women that you attract and the women that you're pulling right now. The underlying issue for these guys is that they're mad when they were in high school because of them being foreigners, because of the way they look. Let's just be honest. Nobody was choosing you. They wasn't choosing either one of you. And y'all Negroes are dark, especially the other one. Like, nigga, y'all got the audacity to talk about you don't like dark this and that. You don't like this and that of a black woman. And you look the way you look. To be honest with you, the average black woman, just like other guys in the manosphere, once they uncover how you look or find out, they're really not caring. They're like, who are you to say these things? Look how you look and how you act, more importantly. So guys, I'm just chilling here, doing my content, got my little Starbucks, just enjoying the day, and I'm just reading up on this stuff and looking at videos that I was looking through. Shout out to my brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, that's in the manosphere. He is not what I call a fundamental red pill person, even though he has red pill ideology. He's not this far out there fanatical person like some of these other guys that I complain about. But Fresh and Fit was beefing with other guys. Albert and Preach had issues with them. Obviously, my boy O'Shea got issues, don't like him either because of things that they've done. I mean, my thing is this, guys. Y'all are both from the continent. You come from that heritage. But see, if you want to look at this on a deeper level, what this exemplifies is the fact that you have foreigners who come to this country and they want to demonize the group that they're associated with, whether they like it or not. When you come to this country, Myron, you're going to be looked upon as a black American, even though you're not. You're going to be put into the group of African American. You're going to be seen as black. This is the only fucking country in the world that I know where foreigners come and try to shit. Only country I see stuff like this. This is the only country. I don't see Chinese shitting on Chinese American women. I don't see Mexican men shitting on Mexican American women that have been here for generations. I don't see Europeans having issues with other white people that have been here since the colonial times and descendants. We just don't. But for some reason, in the African American community, African, Caribbean, Afro-Latinos come here and they want to have an issue with the group that made it possible for you to bring your black ass here in the first place. To have the freedom of speech to say the most stupid shit that you say. This is typical of many black immigrants. Not only that, there are also black women who will say the same, black women from other groups who will say that about African American men. So let's not just keep this as far as being misogynistic toward Fresh and Fit, because this also is similar to Sudanese women, particularly women in the North and Northeast Africa, such as in Eritrea, Sudan, Somalian, and Ethiopia, because those they call them Habisha, whatever the hell the name they call it. They don't believe in dating and being with other black people outside of their tribe. This is facts. They don't. They don't necessarily engage in that manner. And many immigrants, particularly from the continent, I'm stating Africa, they come here because they were told and educated in European-like schools to not interact with us. Fresh and Fit don't really give a fuck about black men, period, in America. So let's not keep it to the fact that they don't like black women. I think if you really get to know them, they're probably going to have some choice words about black men in America also. They just won't say it because their content is catered towards black men. And they need us to patronize and support their channel. That's facts. That is big facts. And that's what I think the manosphere is missing with them. These guys not only don't have issues, not only do they have issues with black women, they also have issues with black Americans, or ADOS, or FBA, whatever term you want to use. They don't like African American culture because they didn't fit in. They couldn't get the chicks when they were in high school. They were probably called African booty stretcher, you black this, you black that, you black Arab this, that, you're lame, which I'm gonna be honest, Myron looked lame as hell. I'm sorry. He looked like a Negro that as soon as he start talking to a woman, he starts stuttering and sweating and shaking and looking odd. And the other guy, he just ugly as fuck. They just look past him. You're short and you're ugly. And you look hideous. Both of you look hideous. And I don't want to hear this. Well, you're saying it about the other one because he's just as dark as I am. So let's not even put that. Negro look just don't look. They both look. Matter of fact, I first heard about this situation while I was working in my clinic, and I had two young women who were getting counseling from one of my therapists, and I overheard them as I was talking to my receptionist, my office manager, bringing up Fresh and Fit and the fact that they like Asian doll, and they thought they were lame and ugly, and they talked negative about it. That's how I found out. I was shocked because, just to hear other, young women that's probably like 20, early 20s, they're there for family therapy with their mom and so forth. And they're talking about Fresh and Fit. And now, what I can say, a lot of the publicity that they've been getting negative is not on YouTube. It's actually on Facebook and blogs and so forth. Twitter. They're all over YouTube. My thing is that when you look at these guys, see, when I looked at the women that they are dating that was on that boat, very mediocre, 5, 6, maybe a couple 7s at best. How do they act when the camera is on? Because see, that's anybody can put up a persona and present themselves in a certain way. But how are you condoning yourself with women? You claim that you don't date black women, which, by the way, they're not losing anything because most women of any value, they're not wanting you. And your claim to fame is a YouTube channel. Before that, you were even more mediocre. Now you're making a little change. You're trying to become mainstream. You killed it. And the fact of it, this is an example of why red pill ideology will never become mainstream. And the thing about it that a lot of guys need to understand is that women are far more proactive or reactive to responding to negative comments, particularly when you speak of them in general terms, than men are. Men, we are least likely to respond as a whole. We'll maybe bitch, complain, say some little things, but women will gather and conjugate and protest and petition. Because black women understand that the beauty and the standard of how they are perceived, how they're overly sexualized, has historically been there since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of us being on this continent, in this country. Black women have always been hyper criticized, overly criticized, disrespected. And some of these women just ain't having it. They're not having it. Asian Doll wasn't having it. This dude has poor social skills when you raising your hand up telling somebody to shh. A grown ass woman? Are you serious? And you ain't her man, even if that was her man or husband. If her man or husband would do that to her, it's because she submitted herself and respect him enough to be quiet. You don't get that respect from her. You don't know her. You're there interviewing her. But we must understand, the women that they interview are the women that they actually like. Both black, whatever. They love young, unskilled, uneducated, ghetto fight-like. They love very naive. Mindset is all over the place. Oversexed women. That's what they like. Because that's the kind of women that turned them down when they were younger. They're probably getting turned down by other higher quality women as we speak. That's the reason why they had the trash that was sitting on that picture, taking that picture with them on the boat. Those were not highly attractive looking women. They were average and maybe some were kind of cute. To me, they were too fucking thin. I don't give a damn what people think about like KS with this who too big. Those women were fucking bony as fuck and looked like they were starving. I'm not one that likes I can't date a 2 or a 4 or a 6. You have to be at least an 8 or 8 to 12 is my range. I don't want a 0. I'm sorry. But see, they have a white man's perception of beauty. That's part of the social programming of this country. Because this country orientates us, it educates us, it reinforces us to look at ourselves the same way that white people look at us. And that is the heart of why black people don't get along. Because it is incentivized and is reinforced to not like blackness, even if you're black. You are basically looked down upon or even called racist to show love to your own people, or to even do for them, or even think exclusively of us. But if you say you love everybody, if you say you date all different races and this and that, or we have to get past slavery. You got to think past that. Can we get along? Can we have a conversation? Can we be integrated? And nothing about America is truly integrated. It visually looks integrated. Financially, it's not. Governmental policy-wise, it's not. It's not. But this is what Fresh and Fit represents. If you ask most guys that are dating or married interracially, they have this integrationist mindset. As if we as a people, to get past things, I gotta love everybody when everybody hates you. You can't just love black people and black people alone. That's what every group practices. They're telling you to practice and do the very things that they would never do. Fresh and Fit grew up in families with values of only dating women of their nation or their tribe. They look at African American adults as another tribe that has poor values, and we're not good people. And mainly, they can't say that about the men because they're making money off the men. So they want to say it about the women. But I'm like, brothers, y'all are adults. Can you get over it? Why is it that red pill supporters, red pill enthusiasts, they cannot get over shit that happened in the past? They carry it and linger, and it surfaces in every aspect of their life, particularly when they're online doing content. I believe in reality, these are some simps, just like a lot of guys in the manosphere are simps, under the disguise of being red pill, sigma, alpha males. Any woman that they think they cannot get, they will simp. Matter of fact, they're simping for average women of other races, just like these other Negroes that travel or go across seas getting low-grade women of other races, living in fucking huts and tin homes and with no plumbing, no electricity, barely, second and third world countries. But these women, they feminine and they nice, and they'll do everything you say. You're taking women that'll do anything to live at a higher level. They're not doing that. They're not submitting you because they want to. They submit to you because they're desperate. Everybody can have a preference. There's nothing wrong with having a preference. But your preference should not run parallel with you having a displeasure for other groups. If I like a brown skinned, thick, 5'5", 155 pound lady who beautiful, well kept, that don't mean I gotta hate on the woman that's dark skinned, that's 5'8", 120 pounds, or the light skinned chick who 5'1", 130 pounds and fine and thick and light skinned with, and so forth. That doesn't mean that. That just means that's my preferences, but I can love each and every one of those standards of beauty or different visuals of beauty. That's all I'm saying. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate conversing with you all. This is D. Durrell with the Manosphere. Y'all have a great day.